It started with a phone call. On August 23, 2006, a simple distraction ended an 8-year nightmare. A young woman, imprisoned since she was a child, saw her chance and ran. But her escape would trigger a chain of events that exposed not just a captor's crimes, but a police investigation's catastrophic failure. On March 2, 1998, 10-year-old Natascha Kampusch was walking to school in Vienna for the first time alone. It was a milestone of independence that turned into a tragedy. A man, Wolfgang Priklopil, dragged her into a white minibus. What followed was one of Austria's largest missing person searches. Police interviewed Priklopil and inspected his van, but accepted his alibi that he was using it to transport construction rubble. They left without searching his property. A later report revealed that police had received a tip just 8 weeks after the abduction, naming Priklopil as a loner with an attraction for children, complete with his exact address. This tip was ignored. Priklopil held Natascha in a secret soundproofed cellar he had built underneath his garage. The entrance was a concealed metal hatch. The room was just 5 square meters. For the first 6 months, she never left this chamber. She described the space as a place to despair, and the sound of the ventilator as unbearable. She threw bottles at the walls in frustration, hoping someone would hear. Priklopil employed a systematic choreography of terror to break her will. He starved her, beat her so badly she could hardly walk, and installed an intercom to shout insults at her from his bedroom all night. Their relationship was a complex and twisted mix of cruelty and strange moments of normality. He initially brought her fancy croissants and expensive toys. Later, his gifts were mundane, though she was still happy to receive them. He controlled everything, including food, giving himself much larger portions. To survive, Natascha developed incredible psychological strength. Sometimes, the only way to stop his beatings was to punch herself repeatedly until he begged her to stop. At age 12, she had a powerful vision of her 18-year-old self, who promised, "I will get you out of here." As she grew older, Priklopil took her on carefully orchestrated outings. He dyed her hair blonde and fed her conspiracy theories, dreaming of a perfect Aryan companion. After her escape, many speculated she had Stockholm Syndrome, a label she firmly rejects, insisting on her right to define her complex experience. The moment finally came on August 23, 2006. While Priklopil was distracted by a phone call, Natascha was cleaning the very van he had used to abduct her. Seeing the garden gate was open, she made a split-second decision. She ran, pleading with passers-by for help, but was initially ignored. Finally, a 71-year-old woman let her in and called the police. Her first words were, "I am Natascha Kampusch." Just hours after her escape, knowing the police were closing in, Wolfgang Priklopil committed suicide by jumping in front of a train. When told of his death, Natascha, in a complex display of emotion, cried inconsolably and later lit a candle for him. She would later say, "I feel guilty because I brought about his death. I knew that if I tried to escape, he would kill himself." In the years since, Natascha Kampusch has fought to reclaim her narrative. She gave interviews, wrote a best-selling memoir, and started a talk show. She has become an author and public figure on her own terms. In one of her most powerful acts of reclaiming control, she purchased the house where she was imprisoned. She stated it was grotesque to have to pay for it, but she wanted to prevent its vandalism and decide its fate herself, calling it her House of Horrors. Natascha Kampusch's story is one of unimaginable trauma, but also of profound resilience. From a 10-year-old victim to an 18-year-old escapee to the woman she is today, she has consistently taken power back into her own hands, refusing to be defined solely by the 3,096 days she spent in the cellar.